Your business needs to get known. Your business needs an advocate, somebody to stand up for you, support you in everything that you do. My guest today is the president of an organization that does just that, the Adirondack Regional Chamber of Commerce, Michael Bittel.
Great to be here, Chris.
Love to have you. I want to talk to you, Michael, and I've never really talked to you a lot about this, but what is it like being the president of the Adirondack Regional Chamber of Commerce? You represent so many people and so many businesses. It's got to be a fun thing.
It is a fun thing. So yeah, Chris, we have over 700 members, and Chris Jones Media is one of our great 700 members. So thank you for that. We represent such a broad display of businesses, both private and nonprofit businesses, also some public government entities that are members. Just as a side note, Chris, we don't receive any government money at all, no government funding at any level, except for a normal membership fee that we would put out to anybody. But being president of the chamber is a humbling experience, and it gets me out of bed every day with an extra step, extra vigor to go out there and advocate. There's a lot going on, as you know. So we advocate at every level of government. We also educate our members. We connect them and we collaborate. Those are our 4 pillars, Chris.
Say those again, because those are good. Say it again.
Yeah, advocacy, education, connection, and collaboration.
Wow. You can't get much more awesome than that. I mean,
bang for your buck, Chris. Bang for your buck.
That's right. So let's go into a bit about you personally, if it's okay. Before you were the president of the chamber, were you in the chamber in some form, or did you just kind of rise to that, or how did that come about for you?
Chris, great question. Rising. I love how you said that, because that actually segues into what I did for 15 years, and that was in the baking flour business.
Oh.
You like, nice segue, Chris.
Yes.
Nice segue.
Hey, you know what? You should do some interviews yourself. Anyway.
So prior to the chamber, I was a consultant at a healthcare company for a year and a half, and they were transitioning from the first generation to the second generation. So I helped them with that. They're still around and thriving. Before that, I had retired from the King Arthur Flour Company, where I worked for 15 years and had a great time. And prior to that, 15 years with a printer called Quad Graphics, which is, you know, Quad, right? Yeah. So that was my job out of college, and actually drove a forklift through college at Skidmore, not at Skidmore, but for Quad Graphics while I attended Skidmore.
Oh, so, okay. So that's your history. So you didn't have your own business up till then, or did you? You worked for other people? Right.
I worked for other people, sales at Quad Graphics, co-CEO at the King Arthur Flour Company.
Oh, cool.
And then COO at the healthcare company for a while.
Okay.
And then a couple people here in this area. I love this area, Chris.
Yeah.
It is so beautiful. And just being involved on a couple boards, a couple of business owners and CEOs gave me a holler when this job opened up at the chamber. Went through a great, vigorous, which was good. I'm glad it was vigorous, because the board cares about the community and about the chamber. Vigorous interview process. And then I was blessed enough to get this job back in April of 2018.
Wow. That's a story. I love that story. I love
Thanks,
it.
man.
It's what gets you up in the morning every day, coming to work. It's not really work. If you can get up and go to someplace and you love doing it, it's not work, really, is it?
It's not work at all. In this community, families from here. My folks live in Saratoga. My wife is Washington County, grew up on a dairy farm in Washington County. This is our home. We didn't have to move from somewhere else to come here. We already love this area. Yeah. And you're right, getting up out of bed and helping the community and serving and loving. That's our motto, Chris, to love and to serve this community. And I hope that that's what we do each and every day.
Well, from the emails I get and what I've seen you do and been at a lot of the ribbon cuttings, that's exactly what you do. I love covering those ribbon cuttings. Grab my phone. Hey, let's go live. You know,
you do a great job supporting. And those ribbon cuttings, Chris, as you know, and your guests might not know, those ribbon cuttings are when one of our members either expands a business or opens up a brand new business. So Chris, we're back live doing those. We, in fact, over the next month have, I think, 4 or 5 more ribbon cuttings. So keep an eye out because we love having you there.
I'll be there. I'll be there covering it live on Facebook for you, for sure. Now, what region, I mean, obviously it's Glens Falls, Greater Glens Falls, but how far is the reach of the Adirondack Chamber?
That's a great question. Those 700 members, about 80% of them are in Warren, Washington, Southern Essex, and Northern Saratoga County. And another 20% come from outside that geographic footprint because they want to be connected / do business here in our beautiful area. And people are focusing on our area for growth, from a job standpoint, from a quality of life standpoint.
Oh, yeah.
Right? You know it, Chris. It's just beautiful around here.
Well,
so
we got the Balloon Festival too.
The end of September, we've actually, what we can do, Chris, we can go from our Harley right into a balloon because they're going to be right there on, I believe, on the same time this September.
Now, this is actually happening this year, isn't it? The Balloon Festival.
Yeah, we're excited about it. There's a lot of thought that's gone into it. Of course, we had to cancel last year.
Yeah.
There's a lot going into it this year, and a lot of partnership is happening to make this a reality. So everything will be safe. The nice thing about a balloon and in the basket, you ever been in one?
Yes. My first life, I'll call it. We were married in a hot air balloon. Walt Griscott set it up with Walt Griscott. I was working at a radio station, WWSC. At the time, this was 1987. Yeah. And we got married in a hot air balloon in Crandall Park.
Wow.
Yeah, we did.
Wow.
And you know what, Walt Griscott, RIP, and God bless his soul for sure, said, if you ever get divorced, we'll give you 2 balloons and you can separate. That's what he said.
Oh,
anyway.
I don't know anyone that could one up you on getting married in a balloon. I personally am a big scaredy cat and have never been up in one just due to heights. But there's so many people that love it and do it. Boon to our area, boon to our region. Yeah, it's beautiful. So my enjoyment is seeing people like you up in the balloon.
There I am. Yeah, I love it. It's the view, Mike. You got to try it. It's beautiful up there. The previous year in '86, I took a ride. I haven't taken one since, but I remember being up. It was in Washington County somewhere, Greenwich or someplace, and it was just beautiful over there. And the height thing I can agree with, but I got over it because I wanted pictures.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's great.
You never know where you're going to land, right?
Oh, I know. And and the good thing about that is the landowner a lot of times has a bottle of wine for you and stuff like that. It's like, hey, cool, man. And we used to chase the truck, the chase vehicles, the balloon chase vehicle. We used to get in the car and follow them around and stuff, and go just check it out because it was all. I didn't mean to steal the whole show with balloon talk.
Hey, keep pushing it because you hit a couple of things. The Balloon Fest is such a boon for our area. Secondly, the beauty of Washington County, right, Chris?
Yeah, I agree.
I get to drive through it each and every day, and every day I see something different. And I would tell you, at 4:45 this morning, the sunrise was remarkable.
I saw it I live in the city, Glens Falls, but you can see it, and that's got to be beautiful over there.
Oh, it was stunning over. We've got some mountains in the back, hills in the back of our property. And to see that beautiful orange was bouncing off bright oranges and pinks. Come on over to Washington County, everybody.
Yeah, there you go. Love it. COVID-19 affected a great many businesses, chamber members, and even, everyone. How did, and I know you were very, very active during the pandemic as far as, electronically and Zoom calls and lots of emails. And keeping people informed. How would you say, in a general sense, that businesses fared through the COVID-19 crisis?
Yeah, that's a great question, Chris. We, of course, had some businesses that really spiked, essential businesses, things like paper products, machining, construction. After the initial, actually, paper and healthcare and so on really took off at the beginning. Some construction was halted, but essential manufacturing kept going. they fared really well. But about 35% of our restaurants and like businesses probably, unfortunately, aren't coming back, Chris.
Yeah.
So it's been tough. And Chris, think about it. Across New York State, there were pre-pandemic 864,000 restaurant workers.
Yeah.
At our low point, we were down to around 200,000.
Ooh, I never knew
Yeah.
that number. Yeah, wow.
So that's tough. And now, Chris, you really opened the door here. We got to get people back to work. Jobs are plentiful. The economy's back. We're getting back on its legs. There's a lot of jobs out there. We can't find people in this region. Really, it's across the country, Chris. And the battle is the federal and state government have unfortunately really upped the amount that they're paying for unemployment. And there are people that need it, Chris. And those people we need to take care of. Absolutely. We have a commitment and a morality as a society to take care of each other.
We do.
But there are plenty of jobs and plenty of folks that pre-pandemic were working that are unfortunately staying at home. We need them back in the workforce.
We do to get it. But I think it's slowly trickling back. Would you agree with that? I'm sensing that from, I'm on a lot of networking meetings on Zoom, and it's in this region, Glens Falls and the Capital District, mostly the whole North Country really area. And I'm getting a sense that there's a lot of people that are still furloughed, but I'm hearing that business is picking up, things are opening up, and people are slowly going back. Then I hear people that say, well, gee, some people are making more money on unemployment than if they go back to work, stuff like that. So
yeah, it's tough.
I don't know how to attack that. But.
Well, one of the things, Chris, and again, we always want to give a helping hand up to folks and to help those, again, that need the help. But the federal government's giving $300 a week through September 6th.
Yeah.
So it's going to go right through, especially around here, our summer season.
Good.
And then the state of New York is extended from 26 weeks to 56 weeks. Their enhanced unemployment benefits. New York State has actually lessened the rules to acquire unemployment right now.
Okay.
And we need New York to help support our business community by just putting in those standard rules back in place, where you want people out trying to find a job, trying to get them back to work. And the thing that I tell people, Chris, is go out and get a job now, because that job, this is free pickings right now. And in 6 months, those jobs that you might want might not be there.
That is a great point, Mike. I love that point. Because if you wait, so maybe you are making as much on unemployment as you would be if you went back. But if you don't go back now, you may not be able to go back as easily, or something along that line. Or
even the job. I mean, right now you can pick or choose your job.
Yeah.
That job that you might want, that particular job might not be there in 6 months. Come on back. Yeah. Think long term. Come on back in, help your neighbors, help the economy, and help yourself.
How long do the terms run as president of the chamber? I mean, how long do you anticipate being in the position you're in now?
Well, there's no term. We have a board of 21, Chris.
Okay.
21 local business and business owners and executives. And every year more than every year, but certainly every year they remind me if I'm behaving or not.
Oh, okay.
And then welcome to see if I'm staying or going. But Chris, I don't want to go anywhere. I love this job. So as long as they'll have me, I'll be here. I am a little over 20 and a little under 80. So
I can say that too.
So no, Chris, I'm 53. So I still got a little bit of gas in the tank. And I love where I live in Greenwich. We dabble in some farming, and we do some different things there. So that keeps that itch happy. Mrs. Bittel keeps Mrs. Bittel happy.
Oh, okay. What do you grow over there?
Well, we got some wild berries. We have eggs, and we do sugaring, so maple syrup.
Oh.
And then I also partner with my neighbor on cattle.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
We're going to have to visit your farm sometime.
Right. We'd love to have you. I've actually been working on this it's got to be about 100-year-old stone wall. Mm-hmm. And it had just over the years, it deteriorated in certain spots. Yeah. It's probably, the area I'm working on is about 100 feet long Oh, it's got to be more than that. 100 yards long, actually. But we almost have it done. So, Chris, I'll share some pictures with you when I get that done.
That's cool. I'd love to hear that. I could go on with you for a while, Michael, and I'd like to maybe make this the beginning of a chamber of commerce series. And we'll have you back again at some point, and maybe some business owners who would like to, or board members or anybody associated with the chamber, really, who would love to get on and just talk about business in their area and COVID related stuff for sure. I'm offering
We'd like that.
I'm sending the offer out publicly right now to do that.
Great. We'll get people to take you up on that. And Chris, I've got some ideas of some folks.
Okay, awesome. Look forward to it. I want to ask you a couple of questions before we sign off that aren't related to business, but you personally.
Yes.
What's your favorite movie?
Actually, I have two movies, and they're probably not identical to each other, but Passion of the Christ, and then also Heat.
Oh, interesting.
And so there's a dichotomy for you.
Yes, yeah, I think so.
So it really depends on how I'm feeling that day, I guess.
Yes, yeah, which one gets thrown onto the TV. If you had a time machine, as in a DeLorean or a TARDIS, the Doctor Who thing, and you could go back in, like this TARDIS, see?
Yeah. Oh, nice.
See, look. So if you had one of these and you could go back in time and talk to anybody, relative, famous, non-famous, who would you want to go back and see and have coffee or a conversation with?
I really want to see, and I know a lot of people will say former presidents or famous people. One of the most famous people in my life was my grandmother. My grandmother passed away right around Valentine's Day of 2014. And why I bring her up, she's an amazing person that actually helped bring me up when I was younger. But more importantly, she had the wonderful, wonderful knack of making everybody in the room smile just by her presence and her way. And she had a way in a crowded room, Chris, to make you feel like you were the only person in the room and you were the most important person in the room. And that's something that I strive for each and every day. Boy, I'll tell you what, I miss my grandmother, and she's just a remarkable person.
Wow. Okay. Wow. I love stories like that. Most people do pick, rather than somebody famous and we would all know, they pick a relative like that when I asked that question. Although one person did say Jesus one time. I want to go back and meet Jesus and ask him a few questions.
Wow, yes.
Michael Bittel, the president of the Adirondack Chamber of Commerce. It has been a pleasure.
Chris, great job. Thanks for all you do for the community. And it's always a pleasure to see you, my friend.
Thank you very much. And you live long and prosper.
You as well, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.